Hello again and happy Halloween, everyone. This is a KMN 1971 back with my latest comic book haul. Before I jump into the haul, though, an ironic correction. In my last haul, I stated that this, Strange Suspense Stories number 75, was the first appearance of Captain Atom and hence completing my Charlton Trinity. But unfortunately for me, that was not the case. Charlton 66, a member of the community, was kind enough to reach out to me and let me know that this was actually a reprint. For years, I thought that this was the first appearance of Captain Atom. I forget where my source was, or I believe it was an older collector that told me. And my knowledge of Charlton comics is limited at best, and especially when I'm sure when compared to Charlton 66, my knowledge of Charlton comics is almost parallel to my knowledge of football in comparison to, say, Bill Belichick. So Charlton 66, thank you very much, my friend, for correcting me and putting me on the right path. The first appearance of Captain Atom is actually in a comic called Space Adventures number 33, which Charlton 66 was also kind enough to inform me about. And that is a book that is pretty expensive, actually. If you can find that one for $50, which I tend to doubt, go for it. Whew. So it looks like my Charlton Trinity will be incomplete for the foreseeable future. But on the bright side, I do have my two favorite characters from Charlton, them being the Question and Blue Beetle in the PC. So got to take the wins where you can get them. All right, so anywho, on to the haul. So we're going to start off with some Star Wars this month. How was that first episode of the second season of The Mandalorian last night? Oh man, I wish I could binge the rest of it, but I'm happy that I can't. But I wish that I could, but I'm happy that I can't. Can't wait for the next episode. Love that ending. Was that who we think it is, or was it not? Can't wait to find out either way. Anywho, starting off with the Star Wars comics, this is Darth Vader number 9 from Volume 2, a book, rather a run right now that I'm trying to collect. So I'm just snatching up any back issues that I can find. All of these were either cover price minus 20%. So here's number 9. Number 19, which I guess this book is a little hot. I can't remember why. A first appearance of someone. Same with this. Darth Vader number 22, like the Shakespearean-esque cover right there. And the last issue of that volume, number 25, which I'm surprised that this book really hasn't taken off, because this does feature that scene, or a flashback of that scene, or maybe a flash forward, I guess, depending if you've read this book or not, of Darth Vader and Ahsoka Tano in a very famous scene from the Rebels series. So I'm really surprised that this book really hasn't taken off yet. I would highly recommend it. And it was a decent read, too. Here's Star Wars number 20. I already own a copy of this, but I missed out on the Yoda action figure cover, so had to have it. And speaking of Yoda, still on my Star Wars Tales movie cover variants list. So here is Star Wars Tales number 6. And this is the Yoda movie variant cover. I think that's just so awesome. As well as this, Star Wars Tales number 16. Just a killer Darth Vader cover. And this one also happens to be a newsstand. So, pretty nice. Moving along. Gotham City Sirens, number 20. Really happy to pick these up. This is another series that I've been chipping away at for years. I just refuse to pay any online prices. So if I happen to stumble upon some out in the wild, I definitely always pick them up. So here's number 20. Number 22. I believe I just need like maybe 6 more issues and I'll have that series complete. Finally picked this up. Same day I picked those two up. Joker's Asylum 2, Harley Quinn one-shot. And seeing we're on the bad girl theme, Ariella, number 1. Checked out the first episode on Netflix, and it's just not my jam. Marvel Knights, Spider-Man, number 10. I guess this book spiked, and then it kind of dipped again, but I think it's still around like a $20 book. I only paid a couple of bucks for it. This is the first time that, the Scorpion becomes Venom for a limited amount of time. I don't know why this book is hot. Probably something to do with Donny Cates, most likely, but I don't know. I don't know for sure. Alpha Flight number 106, which I love comic books that have historical significance. And I guess this is the first time that a comic book character came out as homosexual. So I thought, why not? I remember this book was a big deal when it initially came out. I believe back in the 1990s, and I stumbled upon it for maybe like a couple of bucks. So I was like, I also like buying books that were like super hot back in the day. You can find them out in discount bins nowadays. So pretty cool. This is the issue where North Star, I guess, declares himself a homosexual. Moving on. Warlord number 55, and this is the first appearance of Arion, who is a sorcerer from Atlantis, another character from the 1980s. I just wanted his first appearance. It doesn't really go for anything, but just wanted it. Amazing Spider-Man number 213, number 219, which is Frank Miller cover, and number 231, just more ASMs off my list. Can never go wrong with some Bronze Age ASM. Fantastic Four, number 153. Just like ASM, you can't really go wrong with any Bronze Age Fantastic Four, or really into the Copper Age, right from, I'd say, right, well, in my opinion anyway, Fantastic Four, right from the beginning, all the way through the 70s, up until the end of the John Byrne run, is all good in my book. Here's my second copy of Fantastic Four number 209, which features the first appearance of Herbie the Robot, a character who I despised as a child. I just had angst against this character because I always wanted the Human Torch, who at that time was my favorite character in the Fantastic Four. Either him or the Thing, I'm not sure. I would flip-flop as a child, but I just did not like him having the place of the Human Torch in that cartoon. Alright, make some room. Alright. Fantastic Four, number 220. And I can't remember why, but for some reason out of the John Byrne run, this book is one of them that costs a little bit more than the majority of the run. Supervillain Team Up number 5, which features the first appearance of the Shroud. Supervillain Team Up number 7, which features the origin of the Shroud. And the reason I say that is because every time this character introduces himself, that's how he introduces himself. I am the Shroud. And as far as his origin goes, it's just a mishmash of a bunch of origins that you've heard about before. His parents were killed during a robbery. He ended up studying and honing his body to avenge them, and training in some martial arts place out in the snowy mountains, and ends up like receiving his like some kind of powers, and they take his sight away from him because they brand him as at like the end of his training, and it's just ridiculous. It's just like a mishmash of like Batman, Iron Man, and Daredevil's origin all mixed together. But pretty funny. It was the 70s. Sorry. Had to rant on a little bit about that issue. It was so ridiculous. I had to talk about it. Brave and the Bold, number 149. Once again, some Bronze Age Batman and some Bronze Age Titans. How could I resist that? Spider-Woman, number 20. Bought this book months ago. First time that Spider-Man and Spider-Woman ever met up and teamed up. Master of Kung Fu, number 19. Paul Gulacy, Shang-Chi versus the Man-Thing. Awesome stuff. Great stuff. That one had been on my list for a while. Just stumbled upon it in one of my stores, in great condition, too. Another book I've had for months. Charlton Bullseye, number 1. I believe this is the first team-up between the Question and the Blue Beetle, but don't quote me on that. Had to have a little Halloween theme here. Werewolf by Night, Number 12, another series that I like to plug away at when I can find them in decent condition and at the right price. Love this cover. Ghosts, number 1 from DC Comics. Great Frank Cardi cover. Very weird story about a con man that ends up conning a ghost and ends up becoming a ghost somehow in a haunted mansion. I don't know. The 70s were a very weird time. All right, moving along. Some Neil Adams World's Finest covers. So here we have World's Finest number 205, Superman and the Teen Titans. Pretty cool. World's Finest number 200, Superman and Robin, also a Neil Adams cover. And World's Finest number 178, a Silver Age Neil Adams cover. Pretty nice. Continuing on in the Silver Age, Justice League number 50. I believe this was during the time where, the period rather, where the Batman 1960s Adam West show was super popular. So the Justice League would tend to focus around Batman and be very Batman-centric. Kind of ironic, kind of like the way it is now. Justice League number 44. I ended up getting those last 2 Justice League issues for like $5 a pop. This one's probably like maybe fine to fine minus, and this one is definitely fine plus to VF minus. All right. Strange Tales, number 151. Really psyched to have this. This did not cost me $5. I want to say this was only around like $30 though. But this features the first Jim Steranko artwork at Marvel Comics. So once again, love comic books with history behind them, and this is definitely a book with historical significance as far as I'm concerned. I guess it's the breakdowns were done by Jack Kirby, but the finishes were done by Jim Steranko, and it definitely looks more Kirby than Steranko in the interiors. But very cool to add this to my collection. Wasn't necessarily looking for it, but it popped up in one of my LCSs, and had to have it. So, and for my pick of the haul, we have another one of those upgrades that I've been doing throughout the year. Here's DC Comics Presents number 26, CGC 9.0. First appearance of the new Teen Titans, first appearance of Cyborg, Raven, and Starfire. So, New Teen Titans by Marv Wolfenick, and George Perez is easily in my top 3 favorite runs of all time. A run that I have the highest respect for. So, very happy to have this. I still have my raw copy, but kind of like Star Wars number 1, I just wanted to have a higher grade slab copy in the PC. So very happy to add this into my collection. That's all I have for this month. Next month will be possibly a dollar haul as well as a double-sized possible last haul of the year. So got some good stuff lined up, some really nice Star Wars comics. Not Sith Lordly level awesome, but still some pretty good stuff coming up. So I hope you all can take the time to join me and geek out for a little bit. All right, so until next time, thank you all for watching, liking, and subscribing. Take care. See ya.